Hey guys, well to start off my video response, the first question I'm just going to jump right into is, are leaders born or developed? I think it's really clear that it depends on how you look at leadership and what is leadership, but seeing it as a process and seeing it as the influence that you're having on somebody else toward a goal or toward a common goal, that's more of the process or actions that you're taking. That's something that we've talked about in one of the other classes that I'm taking where we're studying different theories of leadership. Um, and that it's not just traits that somebody's born with, but that it's more of a process and it's actually available to everybody and something that people can grow into and become better at. And there's aspects of it where we can have success here and do better in different areas of leadership and to learn to be developed as a leader. That it's not something you're either born with and you have it or you don't have it, or you just find it all of a sudden and you don't. Like, it's more of a process and fluid in terms of being a leader and being defined as a leader. And I'd even go so far as to say that pretty much everybody is leading people. It's just a matter of how you're leading them, of how your influence is affecting them, and to what goal you're leading people towards. And so it's more of a question for me on what kind of leader are you, rather than are you leading, because we are influencing people. And that kind of jumps into the second question of what qualities make an effective leader. I think really our textbook does a great job of laying out qualities that are necessary for leadership. I think communication is huge. I think a vision for having a goal of where you want people to go is huge. I think being able to relate to people, like I said, communication, but then more so like your integrity, your honesty, the way you conduct yourself and the way you go about doing your work, and how dependable you are. I think our book mentions other ones that are great. It's to to really challenge yourself and to inspire others to want to change also. So I think that there's qualities that leaders have, or there's some common qualities, but again, I think depending on the situation or the context, I think those qualities can change quite a bit. But I think things like having a strong vision, confidence, being responsible, having integrity, having your actions match your words, I think those are things that are across the board, and that kind of all leaders would have and would ascribe to. I think that also shows that some people could be more, like if you have more of an outgoing personality, public speaking is more comfortable for you. You're more confident naturally in what you want to do, and you easily have more vision. Those things can make it seem like there's natural leaders versus those who aren't. So there are these qualities that make up good leaders in leadership, but I still think it's fluid to where everybody, regardless of where you're at, can be developed and can grow in leadership, and can be developed. So finally, this last question of what impact does your values, faith, and belief have on your teaching and coaching? And I think it really has everything to do with your teaching and coaching. That what your values are, what your faith is in, and what you really believe about life, what you believe about God, what you believe about your goals, what you believe is important. Those are going to be the guiding principles that guide your vision, that guide how you go about influencing people. So if leadership's defined as influencing people toward a common goal, then your values and your faith and your belief is going to influence what that common goal is and what's actually important to you and where you want to take people and push people. And it's also going to influence how you're influencing. Your faith is going to totally dictate how you go about influencing people to get somewhere. I think that this plays out totally in coaching and teaching, that if you believe performance is the ultimate goal versus more of like a process approach where just doing your best individually is the goal, those are two different things that I think are grounded in your values and your faith and your belief. That if it's just winning, that's the goal, or if it's just getting an A no matter what, then that's going to impact the way you then influence the people that are under you, the students or the players on the team. If it's just winning, then you're gonna do whatever it takes in that process of influence to influence them to winning or to getting that best grade in the class, whatever it takes. Whereas there'd be another approach of saying the goal actually is to do the best that you're capable of doing, and I want to push you to get there. And now my faith is going to impact the way that I'm doing that and the way that I want to coach or I want to teach. I want to come alongside the way I want to hold you accountable to doing the best that you can do rather than just focusing on this outcome. So I think that's just one example, but across the spectrum of teaching and coaching, when it comes to ethics and what's right and wrong to do, when it comes with relationships with the kids on the team or with students in the classroom, I think all of these things are so grounded and so intertwined with your values, faith, and beliefs that you have to know what you believe. You have to know what you have faith in. You have to know where your values are. And you should know that and be aware that those are guiding you as a leader, both towards your vision and how you're affecting people. So I think it's great to start at a level of assessing and communicating and understanding for you as an individual, what are my beliefs, what are my values, what are the things that are important to me, and then letting that then shape, and it'll help me understand better what my goal is and what the ultimate goal is or the vision, and then how I can influence people to get there. Thanks.